Hey teachers! Today I will be showing you one easy and effective way to grade your students' assessments. Now, because we are teaching virtually, my students do take their quizzes synchronously while in the virtual classroom. In that order of ideas, I do use two apps from Microsoft. The first one is Forms and the second one is Microsoft Teams. So, being that these are the two apps that I use in my virtual classroom, today I'm going to show you how to use those two apps in order to grade your students' assessments very easily in under 5 minutes. I promise, 5 minutes. Okay, so without further ado, let's begin. So, the first thing you want to do is gather your content. What is it that you're going to be quizzing your students on? Once you have the questions for the assessment ready, you want to come to Forms, which is an app from Microsoft Office, and this is your home page. In order to create assessments, we can do that in two different ways. The first way, we can create a new form. You can change the theme. To whatever you like. And you can also change the settings of the actual form for when you are going to share the link with your students. In order to change the settings, you're going to click on these three little dots. You're going to click settings, and then it's going to give you a whole bunch of settings. You can share this link to many people, different people, or you can choose to share the link only with people within your organization. I personally always record the name of my students, even though in the quiz or the assessment I also ask them to type their name. I also, because normally I use Forms as a form of quizzing my students. Normally I state a starting date, and I also arrange my quiz with an end date. This ensures that the students are not going to take the quiz at any other time besides synchronously during my class time. So now that your form is ready, you can simply share, copy the link, and then share this link with your students. You can do that on Microsoft Teams. You can send this link on an email or however you like. Usually, since I do Zoom meetings with my students, I share this link on the chat, and then as students click on the link, probably takes me about a minute to get all my students in the actual form or quiz in this case. Now, if you created a new form but you want to give this form as an assessment or as a quiz to your students, in order to easily grade this quiz, you simply have to go to the quiz. You click on responses, and then when you open the responses using Excel, you get all the responses from your students in a spreadsheet. Okay, the way I use it is I pick which students break the pattern. So for example, for this question in particular, 3 students had the correct answer, only 1 student got the wrong answer. And that's how it's easier for me to visualize who got the correct answer and the incorrect answers, and it's easier for me to grade. Right there on the spot, I can determine that this student, he got them all right, so boom, he got 100 in his quiz. The second student, he had all questions correct. He has 100%. This third student, he missed one question. Why? Because he's breaking the pattern. Okay, he got an 84% out of 6 questions. And then this last student, he got them all right. He goes home with an 100%. So this is a really easy and simple way for us teachers to grade those quizzes and assessments that sometimes can give us a really hard time. Now, if you choose to create an actual quiz, you can fix the settings of the actual quiz. Okay, this time, because you actually selected you wanted to create a quiz, it's gonna give you the option to automatically show results for the quiz. I personally have never used this option. So once you arrange the settings of your quiz, again, I always time my quizzes. I give it a start date and an end date. This time, you can share this quiz via Microsoft Teams. When you share your quiz, not the form, but the quiz via Microsoft Teams, at the end, when all your students have completed the quiz, it will look like this. This was a quiz that I gave out to my 4th period students. Okay, actually, one of my students had issues with Microsoft Teams, so I had to share the link with her. But the other students actually took the quiz synchronously on Microsoft Teams. Now, if you do attach your quizzes to the assignments on Microsoft Teams, the way you generate that Excel sheet with the responses is by going to Group Forms in this home page, and then you click on the quiz. It's gonna take you to the actual quiz. When you go to Responses, it's gonna give you the option to open in Excel. Once you click there, an Excel document is gonna be generated. And here it is. Okay, you got the student name, you got the date, and then you have all the responses for all the questions. And then again, you start checking for which student breaks the pattern. Okay, and this is how I grade my quizzes. I found this to be a really easy and efficient way to grade assessments. If you like it, feel free to try this method, teachers, and let me know your comments on the comment section below this video. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this video.